What's up YouTube, GB Panther, back on video. In today's video is actually another fairy tale anime discussion type video. I want to talk to you guys about this because I feel like this has been on my mind for a while, and I feel like, talking about this particular subject, I feel like, it's kind of bored. Right now people are bored, as something to kind of talk about. And this topic is pretty much why did Fairy Tale have the worst war arc? I'm just talking about war arc in all of anime, manga, and shonen. And we're about to dive deep into it right now, and I'm about to compare it to other ones and why, this is one of the worst war arcs of all time when it comes to anime and manga. We're about to jump into it right now. So get your popcorn ready. Let's dive deep into it right now, and let's go. One of the reasons why I feel like Fairy Tail had the worst war arc in anime and manga history, because the way they built Hiro Mashima, all he did, to me, Fairy Tail to me is a bullshit comic that, pretty much he makes millions of dollars writing a bullshit comic. He over-sexualized the chicks, and I know a lot of women, they like Fairy Tail, but Fairy Tail is a piece of shit type of series. Let's just keep it 100. I feel like after Taro Mojima, when they start ODing on the friendship stuff, that's when it started really going downhill. Before all that, it was still kind of enjoyable, but it was still pretty generic, but I still enjoyed it. But then when it got to the war art, when it really got to the Grand Magic Games, that's when it really started going bad. The reason why I feel like it has the worst war arc, because the way they built this shit up, right? You had Seraph, you had Acnologia, and then you had his subordinates, whatever, the 12 Springen, which was like the 12 strongest wizards that he gathered from all these different continents and places, whatever. And it was the Avarise Empire and stuff like that. And I heard like the other manga, the 100-Year Quest or whatever bullshit is or whatever it is. I haven't even checked it out. I don't care. I said after this Acnologia thing, I was done. There was nothing more he could pull out his ass. So reason why I feel like it was terrible, because they build him up, they built Acnologia, they built the Spring in 12, and they didn't do anything, man. It's like, okay, you had Brandon, I can't really remember all of them. You had God Serena, who was part of the Fairy Tale, I guess, that whole entire Bavaria, whatever it was. He was the first wizard saint. He joins them. They're like, oh shit, he must be badass. He does all this crazy shit. Then Acnologia slices him up, and then he gets brought back alive. Like, the problem is, it was a lot of trollish. They build up these wizards. And Brandish, she didn't really do shit. She did cool stuff in the beginning. Then it's like, okay, well, Lucy Heartfuria's mother is connected to her. Then you had, I'm trying to remember the other chick. The other chick who was like a god, slayer, magic. She got trolled by Carla, Wendy's friend, and Wendy as well. Then you had, there's a lot. I'm trying to remember. Invo, Yawai, Yadawido, fucking Nightheart. I mean, you had all these freaking characters, and they were just trollish as hell. And they did some cool badass stuff, but then it's like you pump them up, and then none of them really killed anybody. Like, if you have this army and you didn't kill anybody, that's how you know you were a terrible ass freaking subordinate slash villains. And then they lost the first act on some trollish stuff, and then they got brought back with Seraph or Irene's magic, and we find out that she's the queen of dragons. Doesn't that mean Erza's the princess of dragon? I mean, all this stupid shit, right? And then they brought him back. He has Mavis, and they throw in pretty much he throws all his eggs in one basket. Every single one of them got trolled. Rakid or Rakate, whatever. Like, I guess he was he was created by Seraph as one of the Book of Demons, but he was related to Natsu, blah, blah, blah. And he got trolled. You had the dude who could use all the 9, can't remember all these characters. The 9 Demon Gate powers. He got trolled. Like, everyone got trolled. Brandish, she got trolled. I mean, she was like, I am the queen of dragons. And then Erza beats her with friendship and feelings. And her whole arm and everything's broken. But then her one arm comes out there, able to take a meteor, and then slices her. And then Brandish comes in there and tries to beat Erza. And then she grabs the sword, kills herself, dies, cough of blood, and that's the end of her freaking battle. That is terrible. Then you had all the other subordinates, they got trolled. They were pointless as hell. I mean, it was really, really bad. And then you had August, which is like, why didn't my father love me? I'm like, nigga, your father was there the whole freaking time. You didn't once tell him that you are his son. You were here for hundreds of years, or hundreds or decades or whatever it is, and you never told him that you were Zareth, you are my father. You never once mentioned that crap. And then he gets old, then he does I am the last bring in, I'm about to use my body to blow up the freaking country and stuff like that. And then he's like, why hasn't his son been loved? I mean, it made no freaking sense. And he's like, oh, the mother didn't love me, so my mother, why wasn't my mother? And as he sees Mavis, and then he dies, he passes out, and I guess he puts a little bit of like presence of himself, and then boom, he disappears. I mean, bro, the Spring and 12 were trash, and they were ass. And then you had Greg, who fought Enville, whatever. He's supposed to be the Winter General, right? And then he, as soon as he hurts or injures Juvia, he kills Juvia pretty much. Greg gets mad, punches Enville, and absorbs his ice magic, uses it against him, and he's like, I'm like, bro, this is a terrible ass war arc, man. And then you have Zero, which was even worse, because his whole goal was that I want to live in a world where I don't have to kill people. Then he's like, I want to take Fairy Heart, go in time, blow up the world. I'm going to use this power to blow up the universe, go back in time and create a new universe where I can put myself in a different position. I mean, his goals really made no freaking sense at all. And Natsu beats him with the friendship punch, boom, and Zara was like, oh my gosh, the only thing I've ever wanted was love. And him and Mavis do that real, weird ass thing, whatever, and they love each other, and then they die, disappear, and go to heaven. And I'm like, how the hell is this motherfucker supposed to go to heaven when he killed all these freaking people and started all these freaking wars? I mean, and Mavis like, I hate you, but then she's like, I love you. I'm like, bitch, you are horrible as hell. You freaking love this asshole who pretty much, he didn't really kill anybody, but he destroyed many lives and killed many people, and you freaking love him. I mean, it's terrible writing. And then you had Acnologia, which I think he's just as bad as all these motherfuckers, where it's like, I am the king of dragons, and I'm a generic Dragon Ball Z villain that wants to blow up the world. I know in the anime they did a little bit of like explanation. It was better than manga, but his whole entire goal is that the dragons killed my family, killed a girl, and I got mad. I started killing dragons, drinking their blood, and putting my blood and bathing in their blood, get their powers, and he wants to just blow up the world and kill everybody. I'm like, bro, even if that was the case, wouldn't you want to use your powers to save other people rather than just kill them? Like, his goal made no freaking sense. And then Natsu was offensive too. Able to get friendship feeling power-ups, use the 7 Fist of Dragons, and and then Wendy, Sting, Rogue, Cobra, Loxus, Gagio, and give their powers. They do the Dragon Ball Z, transfer everything, and then they have the whole Agnologia dragon body in the real world, and you have the spirit body fighting the Dragon Slayers. I mean, it's literally like Rave Master pretty much, but Rave Master to me was way better than this fuck shit. I'm really, at least Lucius had a reason why he did all this, and he had the 4 demon lords or whatever it is. But Rave Master to me was way better than this bullshit called Fairy Tail. That's probably Hiro Mashimoto's best work, in my personal opinion. I'm surprised they never really finished the manga like that, adaptation-wise. But again, the point I'm trying to say is that Fairy Tail was trash, and then he beats Agnologia with Friendship and Feelings, and then they do the Fairy Spear, which is like the rip-off of the Spirit Bomb, destroys the Agnologia body, Dragon body, and then Natsu destroys the spirit body of Acnologia. I mean, it was stupid as hell. They beat Acnologia, they get back out, and everyone's all happy, cheerful, and then we get back, and Natsu, Greg, Lucy, Erza, Wendy, I think Gagio still stays with the guild. They take the 100-year quest thing, kind of the same thing that Guild Arts does, and that's the end of it. And of course, you guys can read all the other bullshit, which I said fuck no. And I heard it's all mixed. People love it, people hate it. Most people said fuck it, you know, like me. I was, in my personal opinion, so mad at Fairy Tail because there are so many. Even as much as people shit on the Dalsian Blood War, the Dalsian Blood War was way better than this Avaraz Empire War arc bullshit. It was way better than that. Then you had the Marineford War, which was way better. The Fourth Great Ninja War had its problems in the beginning, but once Maro came in there, started killing everybody, started doing Susanos and meteors and blowing things up, and then you had Obito. Obito was offensive too. But I think I know I'm saying this right now, I'd rather have Obito than freaking Acnologia and freaking Zeref and the Spring 12. Yes, I said it. Obito was a better villain than all three. Well, then it was better than the Spring 12, than Zeref and Acnologia as a war villain anime character. He was way better than all those little bastards. It's about Obito, once his mask came off, he's just like, I want to destroy the world because I didn't get no pussy. That's pretty much just when I freaking go. And to me, he was way better than freaking Fairy Tail. But Fairy Tail was trash. To me, I'll be honest with you, all these other, this war arc was the worst. I mean, even the Demon Slayer one was better. My Hero Academia shits on the Hero vs. Villain arc, shits on the Avaraz arc. Then you have the Black Clover one that's coming out. Well, it's already out, whatever, with the Clover Kingdom and the Devils and stuff like that. That's way better than the Avaraz Fairy Tail War arc. It was so terrible. It was god-awful. It was a disgrace to anime and manga everywhere. I was pissed off. I can't believe I was reading it. I'll be honest with you, if I was reviewing this or reading it, I would probably be so pissed off that I wouldn't even do it, because I think it would stress me the hell out if I did a review on it. But again, I remember I finished it, I was done, and I never wanted to see Fairy Tail ever again. And the Avaraz War arc was terrible, and there's nothing redeeming about it. That's pretty much it, guys. Tell me what you guys think about this. Do you think Fairy Tail's War arc was the best out of all these anime and manga? I'd rather have Jewelbach troll and start breaking niggas in the future and Aizen doing Senbu Zabuza Kageyoshi way much better than Zeref and Acnologia in the Spring 12. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. I know this is a lot more passionate, a lot more heart when it comes to Fairy Tail, but I have to speak my mind, man. Fairy Tail had one of the worst arcs and war arcs of all time in anime and manga history. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace and have a great day and take care.